So let's talk about something I think we've all felt. You're putting in the hours, you're grinding, but you've just hit a wall. Today, we're going to look at a really powerful way to break through those frustrating performance plateaus. If you've ever felt like you deserve better results for your effort, stick around. This is for you.
I mean, have you ever had that feeling? You're busy, you're working hard, you're checking all the boxes you think you're supposed to, but when you look at your actual progress, nothing. It's totally flatlined. You're just spinning your wheels, and man, is that a frustrating place to be.
You know, there's a name for this. It's called the performance plateau. And it's that exact point where your hard work just doesn't seem to lead to more growth anymore. But here's the good news. A plateau isn't a dead end, not at all. It's just a signal, a little heads up that you need to change your approach.
So how do you actually break through? Well, it's not by just throwing random ideas at the wall, or honestly, by just working even harder. The solution is a system. I want you to think of it like an engine, an optimization engine, that you can fire up whenever you need to find that next gear.
And here is that engine. It's a simple but really powerful 5-step cycle. You collect data, you compare results, you identify the gaps, you refine your methods, and then you improve your outcomes. Now, this isn't just a to-do list, it's a continuous loop where every single step just flows right into the next one. So let's break it down.
Okay, so step one, it all starts right here, collecting raw, objective information. We're not talking about feelings or guesses. We're talking about real, hard numbers. You know, if a runner wants to get faster, it's not enough to just go for a run. It means logging your time, your distance, maybe even your splits for every single mile. This is the bedrock for everything else.
Now, here's the thing. Data by itself is pretty much useless. You have to give it some context. And that's step 2, comparing your new data against something. So that runner's 25-minute 5K time, it's just a number. But compare it to last month's 26-minute time? Now we're talking. That's progress. This is how raw numbers start to tell a story. And once you have that comparison, the gaps almost jump out at you. That's step 3, figuring out exactly where you're coming up short. Our runner looks at their splits and sees their first mile is super fast, but they fall apart in the last mile. Boom, there's the gap. This is where you find the precise opportunity to get better. So now that you know exactly what the problem is, you can make smart changes. Step 4 is all about refining your methods. Not randomly, but strategically, based on what the data told you. So for our runner, instead of just sprinting out of the gate, they might try a more even pacing strategy to save energy for that final mile. It's about precision, not guesswork. And finally, step 5. This is the good part, where you actually see the payoff. Those smart little adjustments lead to better, measurable outcomes. The runner's next 5K is 24 minutes and 30 seconds. And because they're still collecting data, they can see that improvement and feed it right back into the start of the whole cycle. But you know, this engine can't run on its own. An engine is great, but it's useless without fuel, right? Well, for this optimization engine, the fuel isn't gasoline. It's a total shift in your mindset. It's all about changing how you think about the very idea of measurement itself. And that brings us to 2 totally different ways of looking at this. On one hand, you can see measurement as paperwork. You know, it's a chore, it's tedious, it's something you do every once in a while just to look back at what already happened. But on the other side, there's a much more powerful view, seeing it as daily awareness. It's a tool, something you use constantly to look forward and guide what you do next. This one idea really says it all. Measurement isn't paperwork, it's daily awareness. When you really get that, when it clicks, well, checking your pace during a run isn't a chore anymore. It's live information you can use to adjust your strategy right in that moment. Data stops being a burden and becomes your most powerful tool for growth. All right, so let's bring it all home. How does this powerful engine and its essential fuel actually come together to create real, lasting improvement in what you do every day? It's actually beautifully simple. That 5-step cycle, that's your engine. It's the process. The mindset of daily awareness, that's the fuel that makes the whole thing go. And together, they create a system that is constantly showing you what's working and, just as importantly, what needs a little tweak to keep you getting better and avoid those plateaus. And this is so important to remember. This is not a one-and-done fix. You don't just do optimization and then you're finished. The real magic of this whole thing is that it's a continuous, never-ending loop of improvement. Every single cycle makes you a little bit better, a little bit smarter about what you're doing. So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. When you think about your own goals, your own work, What is the one single meaningful thing you could start measuring tomorrow morning to get your own optimization engine up and running?